Yun-Fei Ji is drawing from a rich tradition of Chinese landscape painting, but he's infusing it with themes that are relevant today. So his works address issues of displacement, mass migrations, and the impact of industrialization on society and its individuals. The vendors in the wind is a great example, and this image is recurrent throughout Yun-Fei's work of these itinerant vendors who move from the country to the city, and they sell all manner of cheap goods, everything from dresses to shoes to toilet plungers, to try to piece together a living for themselves and for their families. At over 60 feet long, The Village and Its Ghost is Yun-Fei's largest work to date. And there are these particular stories that are told throughout, and it's the story of a fictionalized village, the village Wen, which appears again and again in Yun-Fei's work. And there's this one particular moment where we see these skeletons holding these red flags, and the landowners being brought to the village center, ultimately to be sacrificed. And this is a symbol of the enormous change brought about by the Cultural Revolution in China. We worked closely with Yun-Fei to develop a space in which he could create new works. And this space is really a rarefied environment. One comes in through the moon gate into the room and is encircled by these 3 scrolls that are addressing the spiritual realm, and specifically the transition from life through death into the afterlife. One of the things that we really try and do here at the Wellin is to provide opportunities for artists to experiment. And as part of that, we supported Yun-Fei to do a residency at Dieudonné, which is a paper-making studio in New York City. And using paper pulp and molds that the artist created, he made these experimental sculptures, which are on view in the exhibition. Working with living artists provides us with the opportunity to engage them in a really active way. So in this exhibition, Yun-Fei created unique works for the exhibition, often working on site on those works. And he also engaged with a range of faculty and students. We always begin the exhibitions by having the artists train our docents so that they understand the work from the artist's perspective. And then we had a range of courses who also met with the artist in the exhibition as part of our educational outreach that we do for the Hamilton community. Although the subject of Yun-Fei's work is China, what he's really addressing are bigger issues that affect us all, from climate change to industrialization to politics. And while he knows that there aren't simple solutions, what he's really doing is putting forth a series of questions. How, why, where, and how do we move forward from the point that we're at to address some of these global and societal issues?